Welcome to Global Reports Hub. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates. The news broke like a desert sunrise, sudden, unexpected, and casting a warm glow across two nations. Headlines flashed: Saudi royals honor Filipino workers in emotional tribute. For millions of Filipinos, especially those with family in the Middle East, this was more than news. It was validation. In a grand Riyadh hall, a senior Saudi royal stood before an assembly, not to discuss policy, but to speak from the heart. His voice, usually firm, wavered with emotion as he spoke of loyalty, trust, and a bond that transcended employment. He spoke of Filipinos who had served his family for generations. The speech, meant to be private, quickly spread on social media, shared by proud Filipinos worldwide. This was no standard diplomatic courtesy. It was a public acknowledgement of a private truth. For years, stories of generosity and respect circulated quietly among the Filipino diaspora. But to hear it proclaimed so openly, with such raw emotion, was unprecedented. It confirmed that the tireless efforts of Filipino workers had not gone unnoticed. They had become an integral part of Saudi royal life, a truth now shared with the world. In the Philippines, families gathered around their phones, watching grainy videos of the speech. Tears welled up in the eyes of mothers and fathers whose children worked abroad. It was a moment of collective pride. Their loved ones were not just earning a living, they were building bridges of respect and affection. They were ambassadors of the Filipino spirit, leaving an indelible mark on one of the world's most powerful families. The tribute was a testament to their character, a powerful message that their sacrifices mattered. For once, the world saw them not as invisible workers, but as honored guests in the royal story. For decades, Filipinos have been the silent, steady pulse within Saudi society. You see them in hospitals, where Filipino nurses offer world-class care. On construction sites, Filipino engineers bring ambitious visions to life. They manage offices, drive convoys, and cook in countless homes. Their presence is so woven into daily life, it's often taken for granted. But their impact is front and center: the smooth operation of palaces, successful surgeries, the safety of families. Filipinos arrive not just with dreams, but with qualifications and a strong work ethic. Their technical proficiency and adaptability are renowned. But it's their character, their sense of responsibility and quiet dignity that truly sets them apart. The economic story is billions in remittances, but the human story is one of quiet influence and mutual dependence. Filipinos aren't just filling jobs, they're filling a crucial space in the heart of Saudi society. In a culture of strict formality, a Saudi royal's public display of emotion was revolutionary. Royal protocol is rigid, speeches are scripted, emotions private. Yet, on that day, the rules were set aside. The tribute to Filipino workers was spontaneous, heartfelt, and personal. The prince mentioned names, recalled memories, and spoke of the Filipino nanny who taught him English and the driver who served his father for decades. This departure from protocol signaled a bond far deeper than employer and employee. It was a public acknowledgement of private, human connections nurtured for decades. These Filipinos were not just staff, they were custodians of the family's well-being. Present for births, birthdays, and moments of sorrow, they offered comfort and normalcy amidst royal pressures. The tribute was a thank you for their loyalty and kindness. For Filipinos watching, it was the ultimate validation, a resounding, "Yes, you are valued." It broke down barriers, revealing the shared humanity that connects us all. The message, character, and loyalty are cherished, even in the world's most powerful households. In a world of immense wealth and power, who do you trust with your home and family? For many Saudi royals, the answer is Filipinos. This is not coincidence. It's a deliberate choice, built on decades of trust. Filipinos are chosen for the most sensitive roles because of their reputation for discretion and sincerity. They focus on their responsibilities, avoiding gossip and respecting privacy, qualities priceless in royal households. Their care is genuine, not just transactional, building powerful emotional bonds. This trust has been tested and proven over generations. Princes raised by Filipino nannies seek the same for their own children. The legacy of trust is passed down, making Filipinos the default answer to the kingdom's most important question. Who can we trust? Their reputation precedes them, a safe choice in a world of uncertainties. If one word captures what Filipinos bring to their work, it's malasakit. Malasakit is more than care. It's a deep sense of responsibility and empathy. It's the nurse who stays late to comfort a family, the engineer who triple-checks a blueprint out of personal pride. Malasakit is proactive, anticipating needs before they're voiced. A nanny with malasakit notices when a child is sad and finds a way to cheer them up. A driver senses stress and chooses a quieter route. This intuitive, compassionate foresight transforms service into a profound act of caring. Rooted in Filipino culture, malasakit is about treating others like family. When Filipinos work abroad, they extend this sense of duty to their employers. The employer's child becomes their own to protect, the home, their own to care for. This is the essence of malasakit, the secret ingredient that makes Filipino workers indispensable. It's an intangible asset, felt in every action. It's the heart behind the hands, the soul behind the service. Behind the gilded doors of Saudi palaces are stories of love and devotion, many with a Filipino protagonist. These are the yayas, nannies who become second mothers to princes and princesses. Take Ate Lida, who arrived in Riyadh in the 1980s to care for a newborn prince. For 2 decades, she was his constant companion, teaching him, comforting him, and shaping his childhood. Now grown, the prince still calls her Mama Lida and ensures she is cared for in retirement. When his own child was born, he wanted a Filipino nanny, hoping to give his children the same loving upbringing. Lida's story is not unique. It's echoed in royal households across the kingdom. These nannies are the emotional anchors of the household, providing warmth and normalcy in a world of protocol. Their influence shapes the character of future leaders. The role comes with immense sacrifice, years away from their own children, pouring maternal love into others. Royal families often express gratitude by supporting the nannies' families back home. It's a complex, emotional exchange, a story of love, loss, and shared motherhood. The bond endures long after the children have grown. The deep trust in Filipinos extends beyond the nursery. In Saudi Arabia's mega projects and hospitals, Filipino professionals are revered. Renato, an engineer, became a trusted advisor to a royal, his dedication earning him not just respect, but family-like concern. When Renato's family faced a crisis, the royal family ensured they received the best care. Similarly, Nurse Alen cared for a royal matriarch, offering not just medical skill but compassion and emotional support. When the matriarch passed, Ellen was honored as family. These stories show the bond is not confined to domestic roles. In every profession, Filipinos who show dedication and care are embraced and integrated into their employers' lives. The relationship transcends a typical professional connection. It's about trust, respect, and genuine belonging. These deep bonds are built on immense personal sacrifice. For every Filipino worker embraced as family, there's a family back home enduring years of separation. It's missed birthdays, graduations, and the ache of longing. The emotional toll is heavy: loneliness, cultural isolation, and the hope of a better future for their children. Yet the rewards are not just financial. The feeling of being truly valued is a powerful affirmation. Seeing the child you raised succeed or the building you helped construct brings immense pride. Employers often go above and beyond, funding education, covering emergencies, gifting homes. These acts of generosity recognize the sacrifices made. At its best, it's a partnership of mutual care and responsibility. The bond between Saudi royals and Filipino workers is not new. It's a legacy forged over decades. It began in the 1970s and 80s as Saudi Arabia modernized and needed skilled, dedicated workers. Early Filipino pioneers set the standard for reliability and loyalty. Their stories spread by word of mouth, building a reputation for excellence. This created a cycle of trust. Children raised by Filipino nannies sought the same for their own families. Filipinos became synonymous with loyalty, respect, and duty. Today, as Saudi Arabia transforms under Vision 2030, Filipinos remain crucial. The jobs may evolve, but the need for trustworthy, caring individuals endures. The royal tribute was more than a thank you. It was an affirmation that this special bond will shape the kingdom's future, a legacy of trust, respect, and malasakit, passed from one generation to the next.